Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as anonymous? I am a 28-year-old South African woman. I want to share with you my own story, the things that I did, me and my boyfriend, and we were assisted by my boyfriend's workmate who was from Zim. That guy, he ran away with our money, and we are the ones that are suffering all the consequences of our actions. I just want people to know that these things are happening, and that guy, he made us to look so stupid, and after doing so many sacrifices, he's the one that is enjoying the money. So what happened was that I grew up in KZN. After university, I started working at ShopRite, and things did not work out for me. And me and my baby daddy, we then moved from KZN, for he had gotten a job. He was the first one to come to Johannesburg, and he started working. He was working as a driver, working for this other Indian man that he started working for when he was still in KZN. At that time, we were staying in Durban. So when he was working for that Indian, he then told me that I was supposed to come to Johannesburg as well. And then I came and I started working with my baby daddy. Everything that we did, we were doing it together. But life was very difficult. For the money that he was earning and the money that I was also earning, it could not even reach 10K each and every month. But at least we were okay with the little that we had. So my boyfriend then started to tell me that at work there was this other guy that he was now working with. This guy was a traditional healer, and I was like, yo, with the way that he's so young, how can he know more about ritual money? Because he told me that the man was telling him that he know a lot about rituals, money rituals, and how to become rich. The question that I kept on asking my boyfriend was, if this man knows a lot about these money-making rituals, why is he not rich? Why did he come to South Africa? Don't you think that this guy is lying? Because if he knew all the things that he knew, he was never going to migrate to South Africa so that he can work as a foreign national. But my boyfriend, I think he was blinded by the greed of wanting money. This greed, it also ended up blinding me as well, because I stopped using my brain and I started using my heart and my emotions. So this guy then came to our place one day, and we started to have a conversation about that, because we were at the advanced stages of planning to go to Zim so that we can do these rituals. The money that was needed, it was 20K. I said, 20K, that's a lot of money. Do you know that it will take us almost 7 months just working so that we can get this 20K? Do you think that it is something that is good that we are trying to do? What if these people will rob us? And I'm scared of going to Zim. And then the guy kept on convincing my boyfriend, such that my boyfriend, he did not even want to hear anything that I would tell him. If I came up with a plan, I even told him that, how about we raise this 20K and then we open up our small spaza shop back home? Maybe it will be far much better than what we are planning to do. But he told me that I was someone that was dragging him backwards. If I was a woman of courage, maybe I would be encouraging him to go even to Zim. So I was scared of the way that my boyfriend will always react, and he said, you see, if I have money, if you keep on ignoring me when I tell you that let us save money, the moment that I'm going to make money, I'm going to dump you and I'm going to get another woman, and it is going to be painful for you, because that woman that is going to come into my life, she is going to enjoy the money, and you are the one that would have set the foundation for him to get that money. So it was painful, and I did not know what exactly was I supposed to do in that situation. So Brother Nashim, that was when I finally agreed, and I said, okay, if it is what you want, if you want me to go with you to Zim, let me become that supportive girlfriend that you want me to be. So then the guy from Zim, the one that has since run away from us, then said to us that one of the guy that he knows from his country, they have said that 20k, instead of us wasting that money, because there would be other fees that are supposed to be paid, like we would have to get on the bus and it's going to be expensive. So in order for us to save money, how about we just send that money and then they do everything over the phone? So I was scared to even tell my boyfriend that this was really stupid, sending these people money. What if they do not help us in the end? But my boyfriend, like I told you, he was just seeing money, us being rich, enjoying money, going on vacations. We finally managed to raise the money. It took us a whole year to save that 20k, and then we sent that money. It was in December, and that guy went to his country. He returned back home with some candles that we were supposed to burn. So these candles that he returned with, they were 6. So every night, even if I was on my period, we had to do this for 3 months before we could start making money. We slept with each other every day, 1 round every night, and we keep the rest for the next day. So after work, me and my boyfriend, we will not even bath, and we were told that we would only have to wipe ourselves, only no bathing. So for 3 months we went like that. But me as a woman, I was told that only once a week, that was when I was allowed to wash my private parts. That was the only thing that I was allowed to wash, but nothing else. So at night after work, we would take this other red cloth. It was more like a thick curtain that had been brought from Zim by our friend, and then we would put it on the floor. Then I would sleep on the floor with my legs wide open. Then my boyfriend would take six candles and make a circle. We would be sleeping inside that circle. Once he would start to penetrate me, there would be some wind that would enter into the room, and this wind will start to blow, but it won't blow the candles away. They will keep on burning, and after making love, they will also stop burning. This happened for 3 months until we started to find money in our room. So we were told that this money that we were finding, we were not supposed to use it because it was supposed to be cleansed. We were supposed to go with the money to the river. When the money was now 400k, that was when that same guy then said it is time for us to go and cleanse this money. So he took that money, because we were even scared of that money, because we would see a snake that would be on top of the money. He came with another Zimbabwean man. They had a Shangani bag that they had, and then they started taking the money. That snake was just hissing as if it wanted to bite them, but it did not bite them, and they put the money into that Shangani bag. And after that, they left. It was in the night, and we were supposed to go by the river the next day to cleanse the money so that we can start to use the money. Me and my boyfriend on that night, we did not even sleep. We kept on calculating how we were going to use this money, the businesses that we were going to start, because we were told that after each and every 3 months, we would be getting 400k. After each and every 3 months, we would be getting 400k. The next day, the guy was supposed to call us. We tried calling him when we saw that it was almost 11 a.m. and he was nowhere to be found. And I then said to my boyfriend, please, you have to call him. Maybe there is something that has gone wrong with these rituals. And I was thinking about all the money that this guy was having in his house, 400k that belonged to us. My boyfriend, he tried to call this guy. I saw him sitting on the floor And this was after the phone had gone to voicemail, and he said it is finished. That guy has run away with the money. Why is his phone not going through? Immediately after that, he then called, and our hope was back. He told us that he had gone into town. There were some things that he wanted to buy so that the snake can stop hissing, because he said that if we go around with a hissing snake like this, people were going to notice that we are doing something. So they wanted to buy some charms in town so as to neutralize the snake until we would have arrived at the river. Me and my boyfriend, we were too stupid to realize that these people, they were already on their way. They hitchhiked that very same night. When we thought that he was at his place, he was already on his way going to his country. And after that, that was when his phone stopped going through. So I was sitting outside. This was around 12 p.m. and I started crying. There was this other lady that was from Zim. This lady, she saw me crying. She then came to me and she asked me what was wrong, because I was crying over the 20K that we had used and 400K. Guys, once you see a lot of money that you know that it belongs to you, then somehow you are unable to touch it. It makes you to feel somehow 400K that I had never seen in my entire life. That was the money that was now missing. And that lady, I then told her what had happened. And I did not tell her the truth about the rituals. I just told her that our friend from Zim, that she knew very well, we were unable to get hold of him, and yet he had our money. She then took my boyfriend's phone and she tried to call the numbers. And then she said to me, if the phone number is no longer going to voicemail like this, it means that the person is no longer within South African borders, because it was just dropping. And I cried even more, for I knew that the guy was gone. The guy then called us 3 days later on, and then he said that I'm now in Zim, guys. I am busy sorting out this mess. This snake, I saw that if we go to the river, it was going to kill you or to kill me as well. Your money is still safe. And then he sent some pictures. I still have those pictures to this very day. And then he told us that he was going to communicate with us. 1 week, the second week, that was when he called. He called my boyfriend and he said, guys, your money is ready now and I am getting ready to return back to South Africa. You are going to find money in your room. This money, after you have found it, you are supposed to make a sacrifice so that the snake will be neutralized when I am returning back to you, so that we won't have to start this process again. And then we asked him, what were we supposed to do? He then told us to go to the Indian shops. We ended up going to this other Chinese shop where we bought some candles which are used for rituals, and we bought those candles. We returned back home, and then I slept with my boyfriend, but it was in broad daylight. And after we had finished sleeping with each other, when I woke up, because I was the one that was on top of my boyfriend, I then saw that on the bed there was money. I screamed, I tell you this, I screamed so loud like I had never screamed in my entire life. Even the people that were next door, our neighbors, they even knocked and they said, is everything okay? And we said, nah, everything is okay, because we saw that there was 20K that was on the bed. It was magic money that had appeared, and there was a ring that was on top of that money. And that guy then called us and he said, you see guys, you see, you were saying that I ran away with the money, but I am busy fixing. We even apologized to him and we said we are really sorry for what we did. And then he told my boyfriend to wear the ring, and after he had took the ring and put it on the finger, and then that was when the healer, the original traditional healer, started to speak with us on the phone, and he said, guys, the money that you see, more is going to come. We have your 400k here, but what we want you to do is we want you to look for a wall that is plain white, and you should sit in front of that wall. Me and my boyfriend, we went to the hardware and we bought a 5 liter of white paint without the permission of our landlord. We started painting the walls. It was only 5 liters. We painted one side, and after we had painted the wall, then we said this was the next day, and as for that money, we were told to just spend it to enjoy. So we went to town and we spent that money. We only had about 300 rands that was remaining, and the next day we sat in front of that wall, and then that man from Zim, he appeared in the wall like you do when you are having a video chat with someone. He started to speak with us, and he said to my boyfriend, that ring that I gave to you, in order for it to bring you money, you are supposed to sacrifice. And that is how I sacrificed our child, and we sacrificed each other's parents. So within a couple of months, we already had sacrificed our parents and our child, and the money that we were getting, it was your 5k and your 10k. But we now had hopes that things were going to work out. But the funny thing was that when we get that money, they would give us pressure to spend that money. If we get 5k, maybe around 1 p.m. we would have already finished spending that money. So we remained in that situation. We were no longer going to work because we expected more money to come, until those people stopped communicating with us completely. This was after the death of our child. When we finished burying our child, they stopped communicating. Their phones, they never went through. We tried each and everything. One day, I was sitting outside. I was holding my boyfriend's phone. I went on Facebook. I nearly fell to the ground because I saw that our Zim friend, he was at this other dealership here in South Africa. He came and he bought a Ford Raptor that he bought for cash. He even put a video when he was paying for that Ford, and he returned to his country, and he is living the best life that he is living. We even tried to send some request to him on Facebook. He blocked us to this very day. So we really do not know what kind of help can we get. We lost our child, we lost our parents, and we still have that ring. That is all that we have. The money that we got, we don't even know if it was real money or if it was just magic that was happening. That guy just went to his country, and we can see that he is someone that is making a lot of money. You always see him with a lot of cars, and he is always at different parties. There was even one time when we watched him, he went to Dubai. The way that he was spending money there in Dubai, it was as if he just wanted to show us that he is a money maker. Like he says he is a money maker, but he does not tell people that he made us to sacrifice our parents and our child. I think that he used us in his fake rituals. I need to advise South Africans, has anyone ever done this magic money and been given a magic ring? Because this magic ring, it is troubling my boyfriend. He was nearly arrested. He nearly raped a 10-year-old girl, and I was the one that was quick to find out, because he kept on communicating with this girl, giving her money. And when I sat with him down, he told me that he was seeing visions where he was being told by our Zimbabwean friend to find a girl that is underage and to rape her. So I am even scared. This ring, even if we throw it away, it always return back to him. When you post, please tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. She is saying that they did what they call a magic ring money, and they got 400k after doing rituals for 3 months without bathing, sleeping with each other every day in a circle made out of burning candles, and they got their 400k, and they were told that this 400k, since it is a snake that is on top of it, it has to be cleansed in order for you to use it. And the guy went back to Zim and he started giving them excuses until they were told that they were supposed to sacrifice their parents as well as their child. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Have you ever done those rituals, or do you know someone that has done any rituals? You can come to my inbox and then you can share with us your own side of the story. Let us meet again in the following episode. I will post another episode as well on European Confessions. Make sure to check out that channel as well.